I'd like to call to order this meeting of the Independent School District 624. I would ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Arcand.
Here.
Beloit.
Here.
Daniels.
Here.
Ellison.
Here.
Newmaster.
Here.
Stryfoji.
Here.
Thompson. Here.
Thank you. I would ask everyone to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have before us an agenda. I would ask for a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
A motion by Ms. Beloit and a second.
Second.
A second by Ms. Daniels. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And we have an agenda. We also have before us a consent agenda, which is the various items that come before us monthly, including donations from our community. And as always, our community has been incredibly generous, and we are thankful for all of that they continue to give to our students and the district. I would ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
A motion by Dr. Newmaster and a second.
Second.
A second by Ms. Stryfoji. Any discussion or questions? This will require a roll call vote. I would ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Arcand.
Aye.
Beloit.
Aye.
Daniels.
Aye.
Ellison.
Aye.
Newmaster.
Aye.
Stryfoji.
Aye.
Thompson. Aye.
And we have a consent agenda. Thank you. It is now time for the public forum portion of the meeting. There was one request submitted to speak. Public forum allows for 3 minutes per speaker. With 1 minute remaining, an orange card will be held up. At 30 seconds, a yellow card will be held up. At the end of 3 minutes, a red card will be held up and the gavel will be tapped. Speakers will be called to the microphone and recognized one at a time. Only those individuals who have been recognized will be allowed to speak. School district policy and data privacy laws preclude personnel and student matters or data from being discussed publicly. Dr. Kay.
Thank you, Chair Ellison, members of the board. Tonight we celebrate White Bear Lake area school students for representing the school district and state level competitions. This month's video honors the girls soccer team, the boys cross country team, and individual members of the girls cross country team. Well done, students, and thank you to the staff and family members who supported the students along the way. Go Bears.
Great. Congratulations, students. We'll move into our second informational item, C2, the superintendent's report and the student liaison report. Ms. Van Cook and Dr. Kazmierczak.
All right, thank you, Chair Ellison. Members of the board, I'll turn it over to Ari to give the student report.
All right. Happy American Education Week. As we get closer to winter, White Bear Lake sports like basketball and hockey are starting to prepare for the games ahead, so support our athletes by attending a few games. The White Bear Lake Area High School Fall Musical, The Little Shop of Horrors, is now being held at the Community Auditorium on November 16th, 17th, and 18th. Buy your tickets and enjoy an amazing performance by our theater community. Additionally, Thanksgiving break will be held November 22nd through 24th. Go Bears.
All right, thanks, Ari. I'll jump right into mine. So last week, students throughout the district participated in a variety of activities to honor Veterans Day. The recognition looked different at each building, with some schools hosting assemblies and guest speakers, while others creating cards to be shared with local VFWs and VA hospitals. Some also asked students to submit photos of veterans and service members for their families to a wall of heroes and photo galleries. The first Coffee with Dr. K of the school year will take place at 4 p.m. this Wednesday, November 15th, at the Caribou Coffee in downtown White Bear Lake. Additional coffee events are scheduled later this year as well. We'll get together again over the noon hour on February 22nd and the morning of May 7th. So join us for an informal conversation. With the cooler weather comes an invitation to join us at the White Bear Lake Area High School North Campus Field House to use the walking track, which will be open for community use from 6 to 9 p.m. each Monday through Thursday. The opportunity is free, and we ask that those who join us wear clean, dry shoes. White Bear Lake Area Schools recently received the Government Finance Officers Association's, or GFOA, Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. The district also received the Excellence in Financial Reporting Award from the Association of School Business Officials, or ASBO. These awards are the highest form of recognition a governmental agency can receive and represent a significant accomplishment for the finance department and its staff. So this year's recognition marks the 23rd consecutive year the district has received both awards. So quite an accomplishment. So receiving this recognition every year for more than 2 decades is notable. Our finance team has a long-standing dedication to stewardship, transparency, and financial responsibility. And their role in maintaining accountability by appropriately using resources provided by the community cannot be understated. And last but not least, even as we enjoy warm temperatures this week, it is important to remember the emergency school closing information in case there is a need for it. If winter weather is so severe that schools need to close, start late, or dismiss early, families will be alerted in the following ways as soon as a decision is made. So a school messenger phone message and email will be sent to all families. Those who have opted in to receive text messages will be alerted in that way as well. A message will be posted on the homepage, the district's homepage at www.isd624.org, and messages will be posted on the district's Facebook and Twitter pages. Always assume schools are open and in session unless you hear or see differently from a source listed above. Also, please be sure to your contact information is updated with the district so our emergency communication reaches you.
All right, thank you. Any questions for Dr. Kazmierczak or Ms. Van Cook? I just wanted to comment on the finance awards. That's a pretty tremendous achievement. So congratulations to our finance department. They don't give those out lightly. All right, thank you very much. Well, we'll move into our first discussion item. D1, update of the 2024-25 and 2025-26 school year calendars. Dr. Gillespie.
Chair, Chair Ellison, members of the board, Ms. Van Cook, Dr. Kazmierczak. Tonight I bring to you our 24-25 detailed calendar and the 25-26 calendar with essential dates. We discussed these at the last work study session in the process that I would embark upon with our calendar committee. I'd first like to thank the members of the calendar committee, which include a partnership with our educators, multiple staff members and administrators, as we really dive in to make sure that we bring an accurate calendar to you and make sure that we accomplish what we need to meet the needs of our community and make sure that school's in session. And so the 24-25 calendar, as I discussed at the work study session, has a little bit of a different onboarding for the school school year for our high school. We are excited to have the 9-12 high school open. And so that would be the first day of school, which we've done for the past couple years, being 6th and 9th grade. Principal Reitz would like to have the seniors in the building solely just for next year to do some culture building. He's working with our current juniors to decide what that will look like, and more information to come. But the first day of school would be for just 6th and 12th graders. Then the next day would be 9th graders coming in, and that would mean, I'm looking at September to help myself here. So that would mean we'd have 1st through 5th grade and then 7th and 9th graders in school, 7th through 9th grade in school that day. And 9th graders would then get their traditional SOL day in school to make sure that they too get their onboarding day in our 9-12 building. And then that would mean Thursday would be the first day of school for all K-12 students. And so that's unique for next year, knowing that we're really excited about setting the culture in the building, but want to make sure that our seniors, getting to be the first seniors, really talk about what does it mean to set the culture for the whole building. Otherwise, the calendar is very much, there's no surprises. We worked hard to make sure there's no days of school that are sole elementary days off, that any day off of school is inclusive of all of our students, and then looked at minimizing the shorter weeks off or multiple interrupted weeks for our families. And so winter breaks a little bit unique in a sense of just where the holidays fall. So students will return in January for a 2-day week. That's unique in terms of just the way the holidays fall. It does not make us an outlier with area districts that have shared their calendars at least. And that allows us to end the school year in June on a Friday and the first Friday, which is preferred for all families, students, and staff. So that would be the 24-25 school year. Chair Ellison, I don't know if you want me to finish both calendars and then we'll take questions?
Yeah, why don't we do both calendars?
Then the calendar for 25-26 really is the essential dates. We still have work to do internally, and we try really hard not to present a calendar and then have changes for families, because we know how frustrating that can be. And so our first days of school are after Labor Day and go back to what would be more traditional for us. First day of school being 6th and 9th grade. Second day of school being everyone else except for kindergarten. And then that third day of school would be the onboarding for kindergarten. Spring break is the second week of March. And then again, our goal is to end school that first Friday in June. So winter break falls uniquely again in the sense that we have a 2-day week in December, the 22nd and 23rd. We talked a lot about what does that mean? Area districts do that. And again, what that means is you're deciding whether you want to do a unique week in December or come back the second week of June. And we have lots of students here who would tell me that they don't want to do that, for sure. So, yep.
All right, thank you. Any questions or comments for Dr. Gillespie? Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And this will come back to us later this evening for approval.
You got it.
All right, thank you. Our next discussion item, D2, is the first reading of school board policies. The way that this works is that these policies come to the policy committee first. The policy committee will review them and suggest changes. Then they come to the board for a first read. So that's what we're looking at right now. And then the following month, the policies come to us for a second read, at which point we approve them. So tonight, our first read for these policies are 421, 703, and 722. Any comments or questions from the board? And please do specify which policy you have questions or comments about and which page so we can all follow along. Any comments or questions? Okay. I just had one on 421. I'm looking at the change from nominal to insignificant. That change should be throughout, I believe, because we still have under definitions D, nominal value, means a value of $5 or less. So I'm on page 421-2. So if we'll just need to, unless we wanted to keep that nominal there for another reason.
There's a difference in the policy. There's a difference between the way nominal is used and insignificant is used.
Okay.
So we discussed the fact that those two terms exist within the policy.
Okay.
And we think changing insignificant, nominal to insignificant in those two instances makes sense.
But we don't need to define insignificant, you think, at the end?
No.
Okay.
I think it's intentionally not defined.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yep, I just wanted to make sure. All right, anything else? All right, these will come back to us next month for approval. Now we'll move into our operational items. Our first operational item, E1, action on the 2024-25 course proposals. Ms. Babish.
Good evening, Chair Ellison, members of the board, Ms. Cook, Dr. Kazmierczak. Tonight, we are seeking approval of the secondary new course proposals, course replacements, course name or grade level changes, and course removals for the 2024-2025 school year as presented in the past school board work session on October 23rd. So I'll do a quick summary. Just a reminder that our work is grounded in our world's best workforce goal of all students college and career ready by graduation. We use this as our guide when we consider new secondary courses and any changes. We also take into consideration perspectives from our industry partners, post-secondary institutions, and of course our students. Finally, we consider school capacity to implement new courses, including implications for staffing, enrollment, scheduling, and facilities. So in summary, I just want to ask for approval for new course proposals and replacement courses that were presented at the school board work session on October 23rd. You do have details of those new course proposals in your work packet. And I also just wanted to follow up with a question that we had about the AP pre-calculus. We will still be offering that general pre-calculus with trigonometry in addition to this AP pre-calculus course. Okay. So I'm going to then move to the next piece, which is our new course change or grade level changes. And so you'll see here by department, we have the proposed name changes and grade level changes. And with our unification of the high school, we're really excited that we're able to expand the course offering to more grade levels. So those are the majority of the changes that you'll see that you remember from the board study work session. And then finally, proposal to remove courses. So this is a summary here of the proposal to remove courses. And the reasoning is if we have low student enrollment for 3 years or more, that's an indication that our students maybe are looking for a change in courses. And so we are seeking approval of secondary course removals based on low student enrollment. And then also if we have a course replacement now with the unification of the high school next year.
So the recommended action is to approve the recommended secondary course proposals for the 2024-25 school year as presented.
Correct.
Could I get a motion to approve? A motion by Dr. Newmaster and a second?
Second.
Second by Dr. Arcand. Any questions or comments for Ms. Babish? Dr. Arcand.
I just like the fact that we're giving our students more opportunity, especially in different career fields, so they can experience some of the things they would see in that field. And plus, by adding some of this, they get to add the co-curricular, which also will help them build their leadership. So it's just a great way of giving them more opportunity and, but at the same time, provide opportunities to enter into something that they may have not had that opportunity, like in the bands. So just we're giving more students an opportunity to get in there, and that's a great thing. Thank you.
Any other comments?
I
Dr.
just
Kazmierczak?
want to clarify that this was all discussed at length at the work session, and so there's a lot of information here that was covered in great detail at the work session, and so there's no need to cover it all again. In fact, there weren't any changes really to what was
Correct.
presented at the work
Yep.
session. So what you're seeing tonight is the same as what we talked about at the work session. So again, that might help clarify to the public that we're not, this was discussed in great length. So.
Yeah, we had a long discussion about the course replacements, the name changes, and the removals at the work study meeting a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
Dr. Newmaster.
And I would just support everything, and I just know, from having looked at this over the years, this is the nicest collaborative development, and looking at the last decade or so that causes this and the future. So I think it's really impressive.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Any further questions or comments? Just a clarification, Ms. Babish, so if the board approves this evening, then when does the new course catalog come out?
Yep, so we'll be immediately starting to work on that new course catalog, and then in January is usually when that comes out, and you'll see that on the website. There'll be videos for the courses to give families more in-depth look at what the courses are, and then students will register in January.
Wonderful, thank you. All right, no more questions or discussion. We have a first and a second on the table. I would ask for, this is a voice vote, so all in favor of approving the action, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And the motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
E2, our next operational item, action on the 2024-25, 2025-26 school year calendars. Dr. Gillespie.
Chair Ellison, members of the board, earlier this evening I presented the detailed 24-25 calendar and the 25-26 school year calendar with essential dates. And so tonight my recommendation and our recommendation is that you approve the calendars as presented.
You've heard the recommended action. Could I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
A motion by Ms. Daniels and a second? Second. Second by Ms. Bloyd. Any discussion or questions? All in favor of approval, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And the motion passes. Thank you. Move into our next operational item, E3, action on official depositories for school district funds and authorized bank accounts and signatures. Mr. Wald.
Good evening, Chair Ellison, members of the board. In your packet tonight is the list of the official depositories for school district funds and authorized bank accounts and signatures. Every January you approve this list, and when we have resignations or new hires, then we bring the list back to you. So Sarah Andre was recently hired as a controller in the finance office, and so this list has been updated to include Ms. Andre for she may initiate electronic transfers. So the recommendation is to again approve the list of official depositories for school district funds and authorized bank accounts and signatures for November 13th, 2023 to January 8th, 2024, when you will renew the new list.
All right, you've heard the recommended action. Could I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
A motion by Dr. Arcand and a second?
Second.
A second by Ms. Strife-Oji. Any questions or comments? This will require a roll call vote. I would ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Arcand.
Aye.
Bloyd.
Aye.
Daniels.
Aye.
Ellison.
Aye.
Newmaster.
Aye.
Strife-Oji.
Aye.
Thompson. Aye.
And the motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Operational item E4, action on joint powers agreement with Suburban Ramsey Family Collaborative. Dr. Kazmarchuk and Ms. Oren?
Lisa, did you want to just talk briefly about what this is and?
Ms. Oren?
Good afternoon. Good evening. The Suburban Ramsey Family Collaborative is a partnership between the schools, the county, public health, and a lot of other community agencies that come together to provide mental health services, basic needs services, and they focus on the wellness, learning, safety, and security of our students and families. We have this annual partnership with them. We meet regularly, and then we come together with different ways to support our families, to reduce barriers, to access services, and to just be innovative in how we can meet our students' and families' needs.
And every few years, the joint powers agreement gets renewed. So it's before you tonight for that reason.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Of course.
So the recommended action is to approve the amended and restated joint powers agreement with the Suburban Ramsey Family Collaborative. Could I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Strifoji, and a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Daniels. Any questions or comments?
I have a quick question.
Dr. Arcand?
So when this is approved, how long is this for? I mean, is this a yearly approval? Is this every 2 years? How often do we approve this?
It's very infrequent that we approve it. It's just that we have an integrated fund, and so when they came in and did an audit, they wanted us to relook at the way that the integrated fund was done, and so there was a couple updates made throughout that,
Okay, thank you.
of course.
Ms. Daniels?
I just want to say that I know we've had a long partnership over 25 years with the collaborative, and they've done a lot of great work with not only our students, but students in our surrounding school districts. And as we know, students and families move around, so I think it's really important that we have this collaboration so that students feel supported and are provided services, whether they're in our district or in our surrounding community. So thank you.
Ms. Beloit?
Without this collaboration, what would we be missing in terms of what we have?
Right, so this collaboration allows us to bring together some mental health services for our students. We're able to have access to different resource navigators in our communities, so for basic needs and those types of things. So they provide people as well as just connections to different agencies and public health.
Thank you. Further questions or comments? This will require a roll call vote. I would ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Arcand.
Aye.
Lloyd.
Aye.
Daniels.
Aye.
Ellison.
Aye.
Newmaster.
Aye.
Strifoji.
Aye.
Thompson. Aye.
Thank you. The motion passes. And finally, operational item E5, action on school board policies. This is the second read, and therefore where we can approve the policies, which we usually do in one fell swoop. These policies that we are approving tonight are 412, 496, 497, 521, and 807. I would ask for a motion to approve all the school board policies.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Beloit, and a second?
Second.
Second by Dr. Arcand. Any further question or discussions? All in favor of approval, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. And the policies have passed. Thank you. Move into our last item on the agenda, which is board forum. This is an opportunity for board members to share things that are going on in the district, things that they are involved in as board members. So does anybody have anything that they want to share for board forum? Ms. Daniels.
Briefly, I know that our student liaison mentioned the play already, and I just wanted to say we had an opportunity to see it on Saturday. If you haven't seen it, try to go see it. It's amazing. The students are amazing. The sets, the music, the choreography. It's just so great to see how many students are involved and the talented group we have. So if you have a chance, go see it.
Any other comments for board forum? Great. Well, thank you very much. And with that, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
Chair Ellison, I move for adjournment.
A motion by Dr. Arcand and a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Thompson. All in favor of adjournment, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And we are adjourned.